the last day until she was booted. What happens when you work? Do you have to clean out the office? Do they say, hey, sorry, that's a secure document? What's the process of cleaning out the office?
Basically, we were watching TV like everyone else, and suddenly it became apparent that she was going to lose her job. I remember I was in Joe Ludwig's office at the time, which was just across the corridor, and I basically just looked at the team and I'm like, we're done. And so wandered out, started packing my things, but you relax pretty quickly as well. That I went and I watched Julia in the Blue Room, and then we went and drank the lodge dry. And basically the only photo I have of my time sort of posing with the PM is from that night. Yeah. And I've got a light beer in my hand, which is most unusual.
What's she got? What was she
a glass of red.
Okay.
But that's indicative of the fact that we drunk all the heavy. And by that stage, I'm kind of a bit like that. But that's.
So you know you've drunk it dry when there's only a light left.
Yeah, that's almost the 2.2.
We did the job.
But give me an idea here, though. Is it fair to, I mean, Peter Hutch is he loves a hit job, but taking 4 days, too long, it'll be by Saturdays when they clean out. I mean,
I did not go to work the following day.
Right.
And that didn't matter. And then the following day went in, gathered some stuff. There are people slowly moving in. There's a whole bunch of, people have to get their pm.gov.au email addresses activated. There's just a period of flux that takes 4 or 5 days, and really whether you move out on day 1 or day 3 doesn't really make much difference.
Yeah.
And they usually keep a few people from the old guard to keep the place
just to say how it works. Okay, here's where the lights are, this is where the bar fridge is. I mean, there's
and
all
if you're a
staffer,
stuff. It's not necessarily the case that you were a political player and you were doing a job for a person, but you weren't there to score points behind the scenes and leak stories and drop stuff. And it's pretty obvious who those people are, and they go when the boss goes.
Yeah, they walk out the door.
But other people, it's a much more sort of genial environment, and it's disappointing, but you sort of hand over the keys and off you shuffle.
Because there's that thing, I mean, the fact that it happened on the Monday and we're now the Thursday, I think, is why this seems to matter more. Or does it matter more because it's one last chance to kick the old bloke on the way out?
Yeah, I think it's utterly absurd what is now going on. The entire coup, and let's call it for what it was a coup, and the Liberal Party should hang their heads in shame.